Hi, my name is Jarek. I'm one of the administrators on. I thought it was important to offer our community and the fans that I'm interact with daily a chance to share their thoughts and say thank you and say goodbye. So, without further ado, we're closing the book.
I'm Sebastian. I'm watching MLP. Well, I can remember how people in internet communities started to talk about it and started to get profile pictures of ponies, and I was pretty confused and couldn't get why that's the case.
That was back in 2011 at a convention. I was attending a How to DJ panel, and who was up on the big old projection screen but vinyl scratch. Initially I was thinking, these characters look nice, cute art style, I wonder what this show is. Wonder what more there is to this.
So I've been a fan of My Little Pony Friendship's Magic for roughly the last 2 years. That may seem like a short while, but I've honestly felt like I've been a fan for so much longer. I discovered the show back in 2016 through a few fan videos. I'd been aware of the fandom for a few years prior, but I dismissed them, I didn't imagine myself getting into it. Around a year later, my interest piked and I ended up watching the first few episodes. After that, I couldn't stop. I guess you could say I was hooked.
Then about 3 years ago, a friend that I had lost touch with because of all that somehow managed to track me down over the internet after doing a lot of hunting. One day she said she wants to do this new interactive story and wants to do it in Equestria. I, of course, rolled my eyes at that. I knew exactly what it was and thought, oh my gosh, My Little Pony, are you kidding me? Not this. And she said, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it in the very beginning of the first season, so you don't have to watch a lot of it. Just watch the first couple of episodes so you have an idea of what's going on. And so I watched a couple seasons. After being numb for so long, I didn't even realize it was starting to happen, but I was starting to have emotions again. Right around the time of season 3 or 4, I was amazed at how much I was caring about these characters, and I was feeling emotions in a way that I had not felt since before my life went crazy.
Before, I would like to apologize for my use of text-to-speech. I've become far too self-conscious about myself to properly reveal who I am. To those who know, you'll know. How did you discover Friendship as Magic? First it was a YouTube poop, then Friendship as Witchcraft, and finally a user on a site dedicated to city simulation directed me to a site dedicated to My Little Pony. This was all in 2011.
How did I discover this show? Well, through the internet. I hadn't seen any episodes till 2015, but starting from 2012, I had seen all kinds of fan content. And initially, I was kind of... but, I grew to like it, and I thought, well, I like all this pony stuff, so may as well check out and see what it, what it's from, what inspired it.
Randomly, when I switched on the TV and zapped around, I came across season 1, episode 4, I believe, Applebug season. The ponies were pretty adorable instantly.
I want to do so many things that there would never be enough time in my life to do. I want to learn to play music. I want to learn how to dance. I found my love of entertainment again and want to get involved in animation now and writing, and I could spend an hour listing all this stuff off. And I wouldn't be feeling any of that if it wasn't for this world and this fandom that just came out of nowhere in 2010.
What does being in the fandom mean to you? Frustration mixed with persistence.
Being in the fandom means a lot more to me than I could have ever possibly imagined. It was my light in the dark. It was the only friend I had in the toughest of times. Yes, video games and music had been my escape, but they weren't always enough. The show gave me the small push I needed to keep going. If I hadn't discovered it when I did, I may not have been around to see today. If you hear this, know that you've made something special and should be very proud of your work. Thank you for everything.
At one point, I wanted to go so far as to eliminate every last ounce of creativity I had left so that the only thing left in me was the ever-growing computer scientist within me. Despite this, some part of me still clung on, even as new characters flew by me. Also, fun fact, 2011 was when I started college. 2020 is when I'm graduating in game development. Remember when I said I wanted to abandon every ounce of creativity I had left? Turns out I want to keep them.
It just means being part of a community. It's nothing overly special, at least to me, but I really enjoy it, and a lot of other people do, and I just wanted to be around people who like the same stuff I do, so I am.
As for the community itself, I met some of the most amazing people during some of the greatest experiences. These are some moments in life that you will never forget.
Oh yeah, I made tons of friends. Initially it was through Xbox, because I played online games a lot, and you'd be in Call of Duty and you'd be running around and you'd see someone with a little pony avatar and you'd go, "Yo, I like ponies too," and they'd be like, "No way," and then you'd digital bro hoof, and that was that, and then you'd party up and BAM!
Fun fact, I had a roommate who was also a brony who actually worked at Bronica. In general, all I can say is this: friends come and go, but sometimes they come back.
Thank you for your show, introducing me to several of my closest friends I've ever met. There's one moment on the show that, to this day, it was in the holiday episode, the special, when Twilight is thinking about gifts. That pudding when that showed up, I couldn't stop laughing for over 5 minutes, and and even now I just think of it. I swear my kids, when we were watching that together, they thought they were going to have to call 911 because I couldn't breathe. So whoever came up with the idea, whether it was storyboarders, whether it was the director, whether it was just an outtake by Tara Strong, somebody in animation, just it's just pudding.
My brother and I, watching episode 100, we were both geeking out and crying with laughter over everything we saw transpire in that episode. All the funny gags and all the references, all the subtle nods to us. It was amazing to see, and it was heartwarming to know that we made enough of a difference to be acknowledged, and thanks for that.
My favorite memory of the show? That'd have to be when Twilight became an alicorn. Yeah, I know, the moment is infamous, but it was just so moving, and it's just the highlight.
What is your favorite memory of the show or fandom? It's not the overarching storylines. It's those little moments that pop in between. Starlight playing with blocks, using my aforementioned inner computer scientist to try to generate plausible dialogue between characters, Silverstream being Silverstream, and so on.
Yeah, 42-year-old professor and technology professional. And I can't stop laughing about a unicorn saying pudding.
My favorite memory from the show would probably be my first episode, which was the Cutie Map, the season 5 premiere. I really did not expect it to be as good as it was, and I was completely blown away. And the moment I finished that, I was like, okay, I gotta rewatch the whole series now. I gotta catch up, see what I've been missing. And I did, and it was great.
And, pudding. Boy, I can't finish this. My favorite fandom experience is something I get to do every year, actually, and I know this is kind of cheating, but every year, our forum hosts a charity event called Making Christmas Merrier, and we raise money for the British Columbia Children's Hospital. It's been going on since 2012 in our forum, and it's become an annual tradition and something all of us look forward to. It is my favorite part about being in this fandom: the charity, the generosity, the kindness that we all show each other, and that we all show people who don't even know us. I got to talk with and meet some people affiliated or connected with the show over the years. Nicole Dubuque, Jen Blake, who was an artist on the IDW comics. But yeah, that charity is a huge part of the reason why I do what I do.
This last BronyCon, I actually got to meet up with all my friends from the forums in real life. All these people I've been talking to for years and years, and I got to meet them face to face.
I guess that would be when I was first cast for my first ever role in any MLP fan project, which was as a changeling in an audio drama, which was cool.
My biggest thanks of all has to go to Laura and Faust. Without your initial designs and concepts for the series, this generation of My Little Pony would never have been the success it was. And for that, I truly thank you for the hard work you put into putting this series together.
If I had to shake the hand of any of the creative teams involved with the show, I would just shake the hand of everyone involved. All of them were the ones who brought everything into fruition and allowed the show to be what it is. Yeah, some parts didn't hit it off, but they tried their best, and for the most part, they made a show which I and many others thoroughly enjoyed. For that, I'm very grateful.
Only one? I mean, I guess it'd have to be Mike Vogel. And you didn't have an easy time with things, taking the reins after season 6. But when the baton was passed to you, you didn't drop it and you ran with it.
And if I could shake any hand, it would be the hand of Lauren Foss herself. Without her, we wouldn't have My Little Pony Friendship's Magic.
Jim Miller, I've watched you for years on Twitter. I've read some of your interviews, I've seen you in panels, and I just gotta say, if there's anybody I want to meet at a convention and shake their hand, it's you. You are one of the most tireless proponents of the idea of teamwork, and that's something that I push every day. You embody that, and I can't say how much I appreciate that, but you deserve credit, and so does every member of your team that's worked with you. They all deserve some amount of thanks, but you take your lap too, sir. And hopefully one day we'll meet in a convention and I can get you to sign that hat and shake your hand. Thank you, Jim.
I would not shake the hands of any one particular show staff or crew because if I could only choose one, I'd feel so bad I couldn't shake the hands of the rest of them. You know, I want to shake all their hands.
My favorite character is Queen Chrysalis. She's the one who inspired me to give Pony a shot. Best pony for me is not necessarily my favorite pony, probably because she's almost too relatable for me, and that's Fluttershy.
My favorite pony is Princess Luna.
Best pony. This is made by that friend who came to Orlando, by the way. But definitely fabulous fashionista.
Twilight is best pony.
Rainbow Dash. From day one, Rainbow Dash has been my favorite character, and she still is to this day.
Favorite character, best pony. I'm gonna do something different here, so bear with me. Trixie is best changeling. Starlight is best Kieran. Ocellus is best Chrysalis. Yona is best pony. Gallus is best BIRB. Sandbar is best Sandra Barbara. Favorite episode. I can't play favorites, but it's a toss-up between the Kieran, cheerleading, embarrassing parents, road trip, and screw it, it's the road trip one where Trixie's wagon gets sold off.
I would probably say The Perfect Pair, just because, you know, it's so emotional, you know?
My favorite episode is Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Perfect pair. I had just gone through the death of my wife. So it obviously had a very profound personal message. But beyond that, it was a great episode. One of the best songs.
And my favorite song has got to be A True, True Friend.
Y'all gonna string me up for this, but my favorite song is the cafeteria song from Equestria Girls.
Yet in the long run, I allowed myself to be more emotionally toward other people, and that it's no wrong to do so at all.
You know, about self-acceptance and forgiveness, and, you know, letting go of bad things you do and moving on, becoming a better person.
But I do know stories of others who watched MLP and they got the motivation to change pretty awful things in their life.
Dear Princess Twilight Sparkle, wow. You have had an amazing journey. Well, actually, a lot of amazing journeys at this point. I think that the biggest thing that I have learned seeing your adventures is that you've shown me that growing as a person or as a pony is a wonderful thing, and that it's the people that you meet and befriend that can help you grow. And you've taught me that amazing things can happen when you let yourself grow, and in fact, you can become an amazing thing in and of yourself if you grow enough. Actually, you've helped other ponies grow too, haven't you? I mean, I know that seeing your story has helped me grow, and I'm glad that I've gotten to know you. And I'm so glad that Celestia saw all of that potential in you and helped you on your journey. And I'm so glad that I got to see it. Princess Twilight Sparkle, you are amazing. Stay amazing. Your faithful fan, look out, here comes Tom.
I just want to make this video to say my thank you to the entire cast and crew of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic for the countless years that you have spent putting this show together. Everyone from all the writers that have contributed episodes to the series over the years, to the production staff at DHX, The animators are top drawer. Daniel Ingram for all your amazing songs you've composed over the years. Will Anderson for your musical score.
And Lords of Pinkie Pie, I'm going to love it 5 ever.
I want to say thank you to all the MLP show staff and to all of the staff who will continue to work on MLP.
Thank you for making one of the best communities I've ever been a part of.
I'm going to miss it quite a bit, but we've had a good run, and I just want to say, thank you guys so much. You really made something truly special that I think a lot of us can be thankful for many years to come for the amount of work you've put into this series. So I look forward to seeing what other projects you all move on to in the future. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the MLP staff for bringing us this show that has inspired and brought so many of us together and that has been so important to me.
So I thank you, dear staff, not just Lauren Forst and all the other writers, but everyone who worked on the show. It was great. Thank you for this, Sebastian.
Gotta thank all the voice actors. You really put a lot of energy into the characters, to give them the personalities that they have.
Just thank you. Thank you for the 9 years of the show that you've given us. Thank you for inspiring so much art. Thank you for saving quite a few lives out there of people I've spoken with over the 5 years that I've been in the fandom. Thank you.
To the show staff and creators and crew, thank you so much. Much love.
What you did is nothing short of miraculous. And nothing else could have done this for me. No amount of psychological counseling, meditation, church, nothing like that. And I had tried all of those things, and just nothing ever seemed to work. Nothing could dispel the anger and the sadness. That's how I ended up choosing the name Born Again Brony. Now, of course, this is making me an emotional wreck because I'm doing this so near the end of the show and afraid of what's coming next. I just know I'm not leaving. I'm going to be working to keep this alive for as long as I can, as long as I'm here. Thank you once again. All of you. This show saved my life.